Hi, I'm Sue Sylvanians and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as calico critters. And today I am opening and unboxing a vintage Japanese set I have wanted for a while, which is the Mini Shop. There isn't that much information about this online as far as I could find. It was released in 1998 and from the packaging we can see this is part of the Japanese Sylvanian Market series. This series had a few shops and stores, including the vegetable store, bookshop and interior shop. Along with the last two, the Mini Shop was never released outside of Japan, so it's really special that I now own this. The box has a blue edge with various cute illustrations on. On the side is a picture of the shop set up by itself. At the bottom it says, Sylvanian families include all the families of animals living in the Sylvanian forest. They are leading comfortable and happy lives in Sylvanian village surrounded by great nature. On the other side is the same picture as on the front, showing the Mini Shop in a scene with the same text below. Then on the back is everything originally included and some safety information. I did buy this second hand from Kobe, Japan, and is missing a few pieces, but nothing significant. So let's get this opened. So here is the shop structure, and bags with the accessories and paper pieces in. The shop has an interesting shape, with labelled sections for magazines and newspapers at the bottom. The main countertop is yellow and has a gingham pattern sticker on, and there's more space at the back. Then there's a small shelf on the side, and a hook opposite, and the blue part on top is almost like an awning, with the Mini Shop sticker going all the way around. So that can go to one side, and I'll show you the paper accessories first. There are 3 newspapers. This is the Sylvanian Times, and it can be opened up. The front page is about a new market opening, and the stories on the back are about a school and twin babies, which aren't actually that rare in Sylvania. The second newspaper is the Morning Sun News, which also has an article about the market, and on the back is a picture with the Baby Water Playland, which came out at the same time as the Mini Shop and is from the Baby Plaza series. And the final newspaper is the City Times, which is my favourite as it has the Misty Forest gingerbread house on the front and the fairy tale castle on the back. There are 2 magazines included. This one is aimed at babies and children, and this one seems to be about a chocolate cake. So let's put them in that front slot on the shop. And I left the newspapers unfolded. Okay, so now onto the plastic parts, which are all in this bag. There are 4 books in total. This is In the Wood, next is Sky Castle. This one is just called Kitchen, a little strange for a book, and this is Country Life. Here are the spines of all those books, and I'm going to put them on that little shelf. So next is this cloth bag, which is blue and white with a red elastic strap. Let's put that on a figure. So here is Delilah Doherty, the chiffon dog mother. The bag just slots onto her hand like that. And the colours in the bag match her dress nicely. The bag just goes onto that little hook. And we have 2 other fabric pieces, which are just small squares. There's a white one with red flowers, and a blue gingham one too. I think these are meant to be handkerchiefs, but I can just fold these in quarters to make smaller squares. There, that's nice and neat. We'll come back to those later. But first is this clear acrylic case, Now this is a second-hand set and the stickers are in the wrong place, but they say sandwich and waffle. And there are some square stickers on each shelf too, which say mini shop. I'm setting it up like in the picture on the box, so that just goes beneath the little shelf. Okay, and now the shop needs something to go in that case. Here is one of the apparent waffles. I definitely think it looks more like a bread roll or a donut type thing, but there are 3 of them. And the sandwiches are very simple, just a white triangle with a red line around them. Again, there's 3 of these, so it's easier if I take the case out. And the sandwiches can go in the bottom section. With waffles above. So here's what that looks like. And now I'll just pop it back onto the stall. Back to those little folded up handkerchiefs. These go between the case and the shelf, which helps keep them folded too. Okay, more food now. Here are 2 cardboard boxes labelled as potato chips, or crisps as we would call them in the UK. There's also a box of cornflakes. There's meant to be another box similar to this, but that unfortunately is missing. As I mentioned, this set is second hand, so these cardboard pieces are a little worse for wear, but someone has put tape around them to keep their shape. I'll put them on the countertop towards the back. And then onto all these pink pieces. First up are 2 cartons of juice. One is apple and one is orange, and they have a different design on the sides. I'll put them in the gap next to the cornflakes. There are also 2 little pots of jam, one blueberry and one strawberry. And then 2 cartons of candy. I love the colourful labels on these, and that with all of these pink pieces, the packaging and base pieces are different shapes. Those can all go on the gingham part of the counter. There are even more small pieces. These 2 silver tins are for cookies, and these are 2 chocolate bars. Those go into the shop too. The last of the food items are these teeny silver tins of fruit. The first contains peaches, and the second has pineapple in. I'm almost out of space on the counter now. We've just got room for some drinks in the form of this bottle of water. Again, there is meant to be another one like this, but there is only meant to be one of this jug. It has a handle and a spout for pouring. Then the final items is this white mug, which also has a handle, and here's a second one too. I'll put them in front of the jug. And there, that's everything. Let's have a closer look. It looks very full with lots of things available to buy. I'm not sure if the jugs and cups would be for sale or just for customers to drink out of as they're browsing. As I mentioned, I am missing a few pieces, but nothing really integral. There's also meant to be some paper bags for the waffles and donuts, but I think I could easily remake those. I'll bring back Delilah as the shopkeeper. And here's the shop from top to bottom. So it does seem to stock a slightly random assortment of items. I'm thinking in real life this shop would be kind of like a convenience store for commuters maybe? I'm not too sure. Let me know if you have any ideas or are familiar with Japan and have a better idea. And finally, here's the shop next to the box. I think I've done a pretty good job at recreating the setup they give. So with that, I really hope you enjoyed seeing this 25-year-old Sylvanian item. I love how many pieces came in this shop and that they've mostly held up after all these years. And thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you liked it, then consider subscribing to my channel where I post Sylvanian unboxings, collection updates and news.